All right, we're looking at growth patterns with linear functions. So what we got to do here is we have this tile pattern. Okay, we want to look and see how the pattern grows. So what we want to do is let's try to compare the two figures. So if I take the first figure to the second figure, I want to see what's the same. So this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's got 6 across the bottom. This has got 1 right here. So it looks like this tile is new. And look, there's only 2 on this one, and this got 2 more over here. Right? So there was 2 here, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 here. This has got, now looking at this one, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 2 more than that one. Right, and then that's got 1 right there. Okay. So it looks like you're putting 2 on the right and 1 on the left. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to sketch these two figures, figure 0 and figure 4. So let's do figure 4 first because it's just kind of going the same direction that we've been looking at. So all of these have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across the bottom. So I'm going to draw in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cubes. Okay. And so I'm going to just copy figure 3 and then add what needs to be new. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I got to put 2 more on top. Okay. This had 3, so here's 1 already. 2, 3. I'm going to add 1 more. Okay, and it looks like that. So it looks like every time we got to add 2 on the right and 1 on the left. But now I need to go backwards here to get this figure 0, right? So if I'm always adding 2 to the right, that means I probably added these 2 and then 1 to the left. So what's left inside? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's my figure 0. Okay. So now we're going to use what we've created up here to fill out this table. So the top is telling us the figure number. So figure 0, figure 1, figure 2. And then this is the number of tiles is going to be in this bottom one. So the first one is 1, 2, 3, there's 4 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles right there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tiles right there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tiles right there. In the third figure, you could probably guess what's going to happen in this last one, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 tiles. All right, so I got 16 tiles in the last one. Okay. All right, so what we need to figure out is some important information. So this is a pattern, and whenever you look at patterns, you always want to know what does it start with and how does it change. So the first thing I want to do is I want to look at my starting value. Okay, so the big thing to understand that your starting value is always your figure 0. Your starting value is going to be your figure 0. So we're looking at this information for starting value. So my start, right, the value that I start with is really, it's going to be the number of cubes. So in this case, it's going to be 4. So I'm starting with 4. The next thing I want to know is how does I change? How do I change from this one, from this figure to this figure, and from this figure to this figure, right? Like, how is it changing every single time? And that's going to be my growth rate. Okay, and that is going to be, in this case, you can see here that it is going up by 3 tiles. Okay, so that can describe our pattern. You start with 4 tiles and you go to 3. Okay, so here's the big thing that we want to be able to do is write an equation for the pattern. Okay, so the equation is y equals the growth times x plus the start. Right, what you start with. So in this case, we started with the 4, and then we grew with a 3. And so that is the equation. y equals 3x plus 4. Okay? It has a start and how much it grows by times, right? For how many times you have it. All right, let's look at the next one. So same directions, we just have a new tile pattern. So let's look and see if we can figure out how this tile pattern grows or shrinks. Okay, in this case it's growing. So from figure 1 to figure 2. So it looks like I got an extra one right here, here, and here, and there. Okay. So you're adding one to every arm, if you will. And then we add another one right here. Okay. So this has 1 on the arm, 2, and then 3. So now I'm going to do figure 4. Okay, I'm going to just copy figure 3 first. So we're going to have 3 right there, 3 right there, 3 right there, and then 3 right here. Okay. So now I got to add one more to the end. All right, so that's the one I added there. Remember, I'm always adding one to the end every single time I do it. So in this case, figure 0, I need to take off 1 from every end, right? So that's just going to be 1 cube in the middle. So now I'll fill out my table. So figure 0's got 1 cube. That's got 5 cubes. This has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cubes. You could probably guess this one's going to have 17 cubes. Okay. So now I'm going to find my important information about this pattern is what do I start with? So figure 0 is where I'm going to start. So I start with 1 tile. And my growth for every figure is from here to here, right? So how many tiles did I grow by right there? 4 tiles. So that equals 4 tiles is my growth. So if you remember my equation is y equals the growth times x plus the start, what I started with, right? And then how much I grow by. So y equals 4x, that's how much I grow by, plus 1.